Foster on the right side. She's one-on-one with Haythcock. Now fed around to Clayton for a second. Up top is Vaught. Vaught with a long three, and it's well short.
And I like that by USI, allowing SBU to run that clock down, forcing Vaught into those tough three-point shots, and she's really not going to get many of those to go down, especially with that type of contact.
Step one is force Vaught to take the shots. Force the best player to take the shots. Step two is make sure they're bad shots. They feed down into Brown, and she's stolen from behind, so the Bearcats are hustling the other way. Vaught across the timeline, long pass forward to Blakemore. She'll take a three and make some pay.
And right as we talk about Vaught taking the shot, she passes over to Blakemore, and suddenly another three.
That's why Vaught leads the team in assists. Great eyes on the court. DeHart starts to drive. She pulls out to the perimeter on the left wing. Now fed across to the right corner to Rickers. Rickers working one-on-one. Still in the right corner. Fed down into DeHart. DeHart with a kick out. And it was just to the side of Brown. We couldn't quite see it from here. Fed out of bounds and a turnover for the Screaming Eagles.
And we can see off to our side here the USI men's basketball team arriving here to root on the women's team as they'll be playing tomorrow.
They're on against UMSL in a rematch from a couple weeks ago. The game starts right here on 95.7 The Spin at 5:45. Mike Rust and Sean Shepard have the call for you. We hope you tune in for that one. As for this game, lead now down to 3 for the Eagles. Blakemore up top, one-on-one with Shafford. Blakemore towards the right side and a kickoff towards Gilkey. Now it's Vaught. Vaught carries towards the left wing. Vaught over to Foster for a long two. It's in and out. Rebound falls to Shafford, and there is a foul underneath. I think it's going to go against Mary Rose Foster. No, it goes against Hannah Haythcock, who was on the ground. We must have just not seen the right contact. So once again, it's SBU basketball. Waiting to inbound is Faith Gilkey. She gets it in, right underneath to Clayton. Clayton back out to Gilkey for a long two, got it.
That'll be our first bucket of the game.
1 point game now in favor of the Eagles. To the left wing is Hunter. Hunter looking down inside, instead she goes to the left corner in Shafford. Shafford, and they feed it around. Three ball for Haythcock. It's through. So it's SBU basketball, and they're now down 4. Into Clayton, long pass across to Blakemore. Blakemore approaching the right corner. Back to Blakemore, she's going to take a three from the right wing. Got it again!
When one player can't get hot, another one's got to step up, and Blakemore has been doing just that. That's her second three.
Well, there's a reason she's on the All-GLVC freshman team. Blackwell's going to take a three. It's off the front iron. Rebound falls to Shafford. Down inside to Haythcock off the backboard, and good.
I think that's something you got to credit USI with the most. Those second chance opportunities, they're crucial down the stretch, especially in tournament play.
Blakemore from 8 feet got it right back.
Now 8 points for the freshman guard.
1 point separates us. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. Shafford to Blackwell on the left wing. Blackwell thought about driving. Now she kicks out to Shafford. Shafford to Haythcock on the left wing, who thought about a three. Haythcock drives. Haythcock with the left hand off the backboard, no good, but she'll head to the free throw line to earn them there.
Haythcock, a 79 free throw shooter.
Foul go against Micah Clayton, the freshman out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. She's got 2, and she'll sit. Also, Emma DeHart checks back in the game for the Screaming Eagles. She'll relieve Ashley Hunter of duty.
Haythcock was a perfect 3 of 3 from the foul line last game.
Haythcock waiting for the first free throw. It's up and good. And I've said it to just about everyone I've called a game with this year. Hannah Haythcock might be one of the quietest scorers out there. Because you look up, she hits a couple buckets, and then you look down, and with that free throw, she's got 9, just out of nowhere. Leadoff walk brings up the second baseman, Lucas McNew. McNew is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts so far. Golombuski fires the first pitch home. Outside, ball 1. He has not thrown a strike yet since he checked into this game. 5 straight balls. And with it, they'll have a quick meeting at the mound just between the pitcher and catcher. as Barnard has a couple words with him and heads back behind the plate. 15-0 in favor of the Prairie Stars. Screaming Eagles just trying to do something here in the top of the sixth. A leadoff walk for Cook brought up Lucas McNew, who currently faces a 1-0 count. The 1-0 headed home. Outside it a bit low, 2-0 our count. Six straight balls to start off the half inning for Golombuski. Has not found the strike zone yet. 2-0. That one does hit the zone on the lower side. Still a strike. 2-1 our counts. 2-1. Headed home now. This one is belted towards the left side, giving chase to the left fielder, and he will not get there. An absolute booming 2-run home run for Lucas McNew. Still 13 runs to go, but the Eagles have some momentum, and it's their hottest bat of the season, Lucas McNew, who gets it started.
Now batting number 18, Gavin McClarty.
So Lucas McNew with a 2-run home run brings up Gavin McClarty, who had a solo homer in our first game. His first offering's in there for strike one. Lucas McNew got every piece of that pitch. Sent it out into left field. But now Gavin McClarty down 0-2 in the count. Pitch is headed home. It stays low. Our count goes to 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on it, hit towards the first base side. It's through the gap, and it's a single for Gavin McClarty. Well, every good comeback, I guess, starts with a couple of hits back-to-back, and that's what the Eagles have done. First a walk, then a 2-run home run for McNew, and now Gavin McClarty has found his way on base with a single. Brings up the catcher, number 29, Cordell Coburn. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. His first pitch, swings hard at it, but he fouls it straight back. Due up next would be Trent Robinson and Michael Connor, the left fielder and first baseman. Before this inning, Trent Robinson owned both of the hits for the Eagles. The count evens at 1-1 as Coburn watches ball one go by. In our first game, Coburn went 1 for 4 with a double. Be a great time for another double here. The 1-1. He watches it go by for strike two. Taking his time is Cordell Coburn to step back in. Now he's waiting on the 1-2. Golombuski fires it home. It stays a bit low. Count evens at 2-2. And we're starting to get towards that time of the day where the sun starts to set and the temperature starts to fall with it. The 2-2, and he swings right through it. He caught Cordell Coburn chasing something low and away in the zone.
Now batting number 7.
The bad strikeout for him brings up the left fielder, Trent Robinson. Runner on first is McClarty. Robinson 2 for 2 on the day so far with a single and a double. Or 2 for 2 in this game, I should say.
Good morning. I'm Matthew Will with your daily sports update for Tuesday, January 18th. It was an eventful night inside Screaming Eagles Arena last night that started hot but ended rather dull. The USI ladies got things started matching McKendree's quick offensive attack. After a few minutes of play, the Bearcats led 12-10. Then USI used the deep bench and dangerous full-court pressure to make a run of their own. The Eagles ended the first quarter on a 19-5 run, and they never looked back. Fifth-year senior guard Ashley Hunter might have led the Eagle in scoring, but she was quick to give the win to the team first.
I mean, this team, we have 16 players, and we're a really deep team, and that helps when we're trying to play defense and pressure, but also anybody can score the ball. So, we're really hard to guard.
4 Eagles ended the night in double figures as defensively they forced 21 McKendree turnovers, the 9th time USI has forced over 20 turnovers in a game this season.
I mean, we work on our pressure all the time, and we make sure like you're forcing people up into traps and that you hold the trap and we get steals out of it.
The Eagles never looked back from their strong push in that first quarter, going on to win 90-59, their second highest margin of victory this season. The ladies are back in action on Thursday nights inside Screaming Eagles Arena to take on the University of Illinois Springfield. Coverage will start here on 95.7 The Spin at 5:15. As for the men, the game started nice, but ended rather sour. USI had a 10-0 run in the opening stages of the game to help solidify a first-half lead. Eventually, the Eagles found themselves to a 10-point lead at the halftime break. But then, things began to go downhill. Head coach Stan Gerard was incredibly disappointed in the second-half defensive effort.
We looked lost the second half, I think I had a lot of that boiled down to guys just not communicating.
McKendree started the second half on a 15-3 run to take a slight lead. In the following minutes, the Bearcats worked their lead up to 8 before the Eagles began an offensive surge of their own, finally bringing the game back to level. In the final 4 minutes, though, McKendree went on a 16-9 run to effectively shut down the Eagles. Gerard has always been adamant that if a player cannot find success offensively, he needs to find another way to contribute to the game.
But we need contributions from everybody on the offensive end, but mainly on the defensive side. I feel like if we can generate some energy on the defensive end in the second half like we did the first, we have a different conversation.
USI struggled from both the free throw line and the three-point line, making just over half their free throws and only 3 of the 21 attempted three-pointers. Sophomore guard Tyler Henry and freshman guard Isaiah Swope both led the Eagles in scoring with 19 points apiece, while junior forward Jacob Polakovich scored his 5th double-double of the season. Gerard said it needs to be a quick forget-and-move-on mentality to prepare for Thursday night's contest with Illinois Springfield, a team that will pose another threat to the Eagles.
But we gotta take care of us. It's not so much about what Springfield does; it's what we don't do. We don't put together 40 minutes of basketball.
The Eagles will try to right the ship against that Illinois Springfield team on Thursday night inside Screaming Eagles Arena with a projected start time of 7:30. The game will be available directly after the women's game right here on 95.7 The Spin. Into the final week of the regular season, is focus an issue right now, or are you guys kind of on the right page?
Yeah, focus is an issue. I got after the guys today in practice because I felt like we were not focused on this game tonight. Too many mental mistakes in practice, but we corrected those things here before practice was over. But it's focus. It's the physical part of it in the middle, So those things got to come into play in this basketball game, not just today, but for the rest of the year.
S&T comes into the game with a couple of really big bigs, but they balance it well with guard play. What do you expect to see out of them?
Well, they're going to play hard. These guys probably play harder than anybody in the league. The Smith kid is a great scorer. I think he's the second leading scorer in the league. They play through him, so we have to make sure we crowd his space, get the ball out of his hands, but also protect the paint with our bigs. We have to be more physical inside, throw it inside more, and be more productive with our inside-outside play on offense. They have to guard us, but we have to do a great job of guarding them as well because we can't look at the record and think we're going to win the ball game. These guys are pretty good, and if you're not ready to go, they play hard enough to beat you.
Elijah Jones, a participant in practice today. Is he going to be good to go?
Game time decision. He practiced yesterday. He practiced today. Looks pretty good, but now I got to see how sore he is, and is the reward worth the risk? Of him playing today versus sitting another day and then playing next week. So we'll see how he looks after warm-ups today, and if he looks good and feels good, I'll talk to Laura Heline, our athletic trainer, and then make a decision.
Obviously, your mentality is always today matters more than the future, but are you guys keeping an eye on the standings?
Yeah, of course we are. We're right now our back's against the wall with the regional rankings coming out, with the conference standings where we are. So we haven't watched it all year, but now as you get closer to the end of the season, you start watching to see, where you fare in the region, in the conference. So, yes, we are keeping our eyes on it, as a coaching staff, and I'm sure the guys are too. It's public knowledge. So it hits my account, my Twitter account, my email account every time the new stuff comes out. So now I'm watching it more now as we, near the end of the season.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck today. We'll talk to you Thursday.
Thank you.